All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here, and I've had a major change of plans. I was in the middle of making a showdown video between the Casio MDV 106, the Marlin, the Duro. This watch, I've had this watch for quite a while. If you guys go back through my videos, you can see me doing videos on this watch and stuff like that. Been a great watch. I've used it quite a bit, done a ton of stuff with it on, and never had a problem with it. So we were making the video here. I'm comparing it. This was going to be a showdown between the Nautica diver here and the Casio. Now, I've only had this watch for a couple weeks, so it's not really fair to do a full comparison with the watch that I've had for a couple years, you know, and I've got, not even a couple years, I've probably had this for a year, a little over a year and a half maybe. But to compare it, but here's what happened, guys. In the process of comparing these watches, I came up with these categories of, you know, packaging and first impressions, and the dial and the bezel and the size and all this stuff that and actually I'm going to tell you guys that the classic Marlin, the Casio that we all know and love, won. You know, in the drawdown that I did, it won by a point. It squeaked on by basically because of Loom and water resistance over the Nautica, because the Nautica does have a lot of design features and just a lot of neat stuff going on with it that the Casio doesn't have, as far as maybe a little bit more originality in the dial, the hands, the amount of work that goes into the dial with the applied indices and that chapter ring and stuff like that, and just a few different things. The Loom on this watch is not very good. I did do another video on this watch, and you guys can go back and take a look. I'll leave a link down below at the bottom. But here's what happened, guys. When I was talking about the bezels, and for the video, and I was making it, I've deleted it now, but I was turning the bezel, and the bezel on my Casio locked up at this, 22-minute mark. And I can't get the thing to move. I cannot for the life of me get it to move. I pulled it off the strap. I've actually got my little tool here, and I was going to try to pop this thing off and take a look at it and see what's happened there, if maybe the spring broke or something like that. But you know, it's interesting, and you make these videos, and it's something I would never expect to happen, but it did. It happened. Now, I've seen tons of videos on this. I've never seen a problem like this happen. I think what could have happened maybe is that something got in here and got on that, got between that spring. These are very tight bezels. That was one of the things, actually, this was going to win the showdown between the bezels on the two watches, because it's much tighter than the bezel on the Nautica, and it does have a Loom pip, which I really appreciated. But, you know, I can't make a video about a watch that, like, broke partway through the video, and I do consider this broken when the bezel, this is a function of the watch, and it stopped. Oh, okay, okay, there it goes. It started moving again. Let's see. Oh, nope. Nope. So there's definitely, see, now it's locked again in a different position. So there's definitely something going on here, guys. Something inside this bezel. I'm not sure if the spring just jumped or something, but I wasn't doing anything with the watch. I was turning the bezel. And there's no, you guys can look at this watch. I mean, it's super clean for as long as I've had it. There's no abuse going on with it. So I'm not bagging on the Casio, guys, the Marlin, but I'm going to be honest. This is what happened when I was making my video for the showdown between the Casio and the Nautica. So let me just tell you guys, since we're not going to do a full showdown video, what the benefits are to each of these watches. The Casio has a much more classic kind of diver's style look, something you're going to be just used to seeing, just that more classic style and stuff like this. I do think that the Nautica has a lot more design features to it as far as what they've put into the dial. Like I said, you've got applied indices, you've got that index ring around the outside with the recesses for the indices to sit inside of. The Casio is using what I think is a stamped dial, and they apply those indices up on the top of the stampings where they make it. And that stamping gives you this distortion, which creates this real cool sunburst effect that you can see on the dial there. These both have 120 click bezels, guys, but my Marlin bezel broke making the video, guys. So what do you get? The packaging on the Nautica is superior. It comes in a standard watch box. As a matter of fact, I'll bring it up here and show you guys real quick. This is the box it comes in. Comes with the pillow. You do have your Nautica writing inside. Also has your instructions there on the inside. And over here, the Casio comes in your standard kind of paper, box with the stand on it. I like the stands because I use them for shooting videos and stuff like that. But so, the big difference too, also the loom on the Casio is much more bright at night. It lasts a lot longer. It's something you can see clear through the night, whereas the Nautica is very weak. The hands are brighter than the indices, and the indices don't last more than about an hour as far as that goes. But for water sports and stuff, that's probably just fine for you guys. So get this thing focused here. Another big difference is the water resistance. Now, these are both screw-down case backs and screw-down crowns on these watches. They rate the Casio at 200 meters water resistance. They rate the Nautica at 100 meters. They do say that this is fine for snorkeling, swimming, water sports, surfing, and everything like that. So really, it's going to pretty much do anything you guys want it to do out there instead of except for deep diving. The Casio is pretty much rated the same way in their manual, but I have heard of people taking this watch underwater and using it for diving purposes. So guys, overall, I would still probably give a slight nod to the Casio for its classic design. It is a bigger watch. It comes in at about 44 millimeters as opposed to 42 millimeters. So if you have a smaller wrist, that's definitely something to consider there. They do not make this in a smaller size, so it's a pretty big watch. And I think it comes in about 51 maybe even from lug tip to lug tip. This is closer to 42 and 40. Yeah, 42 across, 49 lug to lug, 22 lug openings on both of them. So, all right, guys, not the video I expected to do as far as the showdown between these two watches go, but I'm putting them here side by side so you guys can take a look at them. I think that either of these watches are a great deal for you guys. They come in at $50. I think you will get a warranty on your Casio if you had a problem with the bezel. I think I've had this too long for that to happen. I'm going to take it apart myself and try to figure out what's going on. Both of these are using a Japanese quartz movement, most likely something from Miyota. Nothing too spectacular, but they get the job done. They work really, really well and keep excellent time. Both watches also have that date function there at the 3 o'clock position. So as far as the Showdown guys go, I think that either of these watches, you're getting a great deal for them. They're great little watches. Sorry about what happened with the Casio here, because this was completely unexpected, and I was in the middle of a 10-minute video when it happened as far as the full Showdown, but I just really don't think I can represent the Casio all that well with the bezel locked up like that. I mean, just that position right there it's in drives me nuts, and I know it drives you guys nuts, and it shouldn't do that. Shouldn't have done that. But anyways, guys, there's my little rant and talking about these two watches side by side. I wish it could have been the full Showdown and the full scoring session that I had planned, but because of what happened to the Casio in the middle of doing the filming earlier, this is just what you're going to get today, guys. So it is what it is. So, but I think it's on. I got to be honest with you guys. At first I wanted to stop the filming and go buy a brand new Casio to put in the video, but that wouldn't make any sense. This is what happened in the middle of playing with the watch, and I don't know why it did it, guys. I really just do not know what happened here. Like I said, it's been working really good, and why it unlocked and then turned and then locked up again makes me think that there could be something, possibly a broken spring in there. Oh, there we go. Getting it turning again, but boy, it's stiff. All right, guys, there we go. There's the Casio Marlin. I'll leave links down below to where you guys can pick up either of these watches on Amazon at the $50 price point. They're great watches to have at that price point. There's the Marlin, and here is the cool little Nautica. This is the model number on this is a NAD 12526G. And I'll leave links to these because they do offer this watch in numerous different color variations and stuff like that. With the Marlin, I think this is a pretty standard setup, but I'll leave a link because they do make a few 100-meter models with some illumination capabilities and stuff like that, which is really cool to have. So, all right, guys, that's the video. That's not the one I expected to make, but it is what it is, guys. A little side-by-side quick comparison between these two watches. The classic, the Marlin here in the right, and this newer offering, I don't know how new it is from Nautica, but the NAD 12526G from Nautica. Cool little watches. So, all right, guys, put those down. If you guys like the video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. If you've not subscribed to the OFD channel, please do. Please do. Thanks, guys.